Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to check the channel out. Definitely let me know what you think. Today we're going to be talking about Dislyte, and I'm going to be talking about my favorite support characters in the game. I'm also going to talk about a couple other ones. All of these are 100% free to play, and if you want to invest in them, you don't have to worry about whether you're going to waste resources or not, because they are very much worth it. So we're going to talk about that. But first, before we do, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. So I'm going to put a couple of these videos out, one for support, one for fighter, so for the different types of characters in the game. Today we're going to be talking about support, and the three that I'm going to talk about are very easy to get. You can get them through the gacha. You could also get one of them through Fuse. And you're definitely going to want to invest in them because they're going to go and they're going to take your team pretty far. And you don't have to worry about whether you're wasting resources or not, like I was talking about. So I'm going to go to my Espers. We're going to go ahead and talk about this guy first. Unki Chai. He is a fantastic one in the beginning. He even is doing well at like the end game when it comes to the trials and things like that. And I'm going to show you what I mean. But the reason why this guy is so good right off the bat. Now, the thing is with this guy, you want to get his speed up there because you want to get him to go first. So grants attack up to the team for 2 turns. That's great. He's going to replace your Bryn. Reduces the ability cooldowns of a teammate by 1 turn if an attack up buff is already present. So that's pretty cool. As you level it up, you're going to get the cooldown reduced by 1. So you're going to bring it down from 6 turns to 4 turns. I haven't done that quite yet. His passive here grants crit rate up. Now, depending on who you have on your team, that crit rate up is going to be very, very important. Like if you have Drew, right? So grants crit rate up to 2 random allies for 2 turns at the start of each turn. So that's awesome. It is a bit random. And then this one right here, you're just going to do some damage to an enemy equal to 90% of your attack. And increase AP by 25%. AP is your action points. That is pretty much your speed. So as you increase your AP, you get to go quicker. You get to go before others. So you definitely want to pay attention to abilities that increase and decrease AP. All right, and as you can see, you can level that all the way up to 9, quite a bit, and you can get that damage increased all the way up to 130%. Great support character in the beginning of the game. And the next one we're going to talk about is, and this guy here, doesn't he remind you of Grandpa on DBZ? I look at him and I see a buffer, like Grandpa in his prime here, right? So anyway, he's a cool guy. All right, the next one is going to be her. So Shang Poo. Shang Poo is great. She's great early on. I used her all the way up until I got Hang Yui. I think that's how you pronounce that name. But the cool thing about Shang Poo is she does heal everybody, so heals all allied Espers equal to 15% of her max HP. So of their max HP. So you got a couple different things here. Plus 100% of her attack. So I've seen, and I've talked about her before, and I've seen other games where your healers do more healing based on the amount of attack that they have. So you definitely want to build her that way. Build her up with more attack. And so like for her, for my relics, I do have the Panacea, but I got attack everywhere that I could. So I got attack, I think, there. I got attack there. So everywhere that I could, even on this one here with the Master Grove set. So definitely want to pay attention to her attack because, again, the more attack that you have, the more healing you're going to do. Let me go back to her abilities again. So, again, it does heal everybody. But then also, it heals 15% of the character. So whoever gets healed, their max HP. So for tanks, that's really, really good. But it also grants the entire team immunity, which means they cannot be debuffed. So she does really well. As you increase that, you can get that cooldown reduced by 1. So it comes down to 3 turns. So that's pretty good. This one here, this one heals a teammate equal to 15% of their max health. Again, 160% of her attack, and each 10% of max HP lost grants an extra 10% healing. So there's a lot that goes into this one. But this is a single target heal. So she has an AoE heal, a single target heal, and then this right here, just her basic attack, deals damage equal to 110% of her attack. You can get that all the way up to 120%. And the trigger chance increase right here with 100% chance to reduce their AP. So she does have an opportunity to reduce their AP as well, especially if you go ahead and get this maxed out, which is great because then you're going to slow them down. The more attacks that you get, the less attacks that they get, the more chance that you have to win. So she's great all around. Again, You get tons of copies of these characters just through the regular gacha. You get a lot of gold records in this game, and so you're going to get a lot of summons. I've done over 100 summons, 100% free to play, and I've got all of these characters here, so it's been pretty good. Plus, it's been what? It's been a week. It's been over a week since this game's been out. I've got 3 legendaries, again, free to play. Speaking of legendaries, here we go. Gabrielle, she is absolutely fantastic. Another support character. Let's take a look at what she does. So right here, her ultimate blesses all allied Espers with immunity, so again, cannot be debuffed, and defense up. So you get that defense up by 60% for 2 turns, dealing damage to all enemies equal to 90% of attack. That's really not important. The more damage you can do, the better, especially when you get everybody pretty low. Every little bit of damage helps. With an added attack down debuff for 2 turns. Again, that is awesome. As you increase that, then you're going to increase the amount of damage, and you're going to reduce that cooldown from 5 turns down to 4 turns. So that's great. The attack reduction is by 40%, so that's pretty cool. All right, this one right here, broadside attacks all enemies 3 times, dealing total damage equal to 80% of her attack. Again, you always want to take a look at as you're building them up with your relics. I know it's not a relic video, but you want to make sure that you take into account their abilities and what attribute their abilities are keyed off of so that you can maximize the effect of that character. Each hit has a 50% chance of inflicting defense down for 2 turns. You can get that up to damage increase to 75%, trigger chance to 50%, so I've got that maxed out. You can get the damage up to 80%, and the cooldown, I can get that down 1 more, so every 3rd turn. And then her basic just deals some damage to the target for 120% of the attack. Again, keyed off her attack. Plus an additional 0.45% of attack per point of speed. So speed helps with her as well. So again, so those are my 3. Those are my top 3 support Espers. They're completely 100% free to play. Let me talk about a couple others really quick. If you go in here to the War Room and the Fusion, this is where you get Gabrielle. Now, you have to fuse Fabrice first, and then you can go ahead and fuse Gabrielle, because Fabrice is required. I recommend going back and unlocking Fabrice again, because Fabrice is awesome. If we take a look, this is key. Look at this. Grants invincibility to a teammate for 1 turn and immunity to all Espers for 2 turns. This has come in handy when you have Fabrice in there with a healer, especially when I had Shang Poo and I was using her quite a bit. Fabrice would go ahead and put invincibility on her, so she would stay up much longer. She became much more of an asset, and she did a great job. So that is huge. This one right here grants a teammate 100% AP. So again, your action points, you go ahead and grant that on somebody. I can grant it on my healer, so I can get my healer to either do an AoE heal if I feel that that's the next attack or the next ability that's up, or I can do a single target. I can do my Li Ling. I can bring Li Ling into it, get more damage out there. So there's a lot of versatility with this, but this is huge, as well as attack up for 2 turns. So that's awesome. Fabrice, again, 100% free to play. Takes a little bit of time to fuse, but major, but very much worth it. Major, what am I talking about? All right, there you go. So that's Fabrice. We do have the Glorious Area, so deals damage to an enemy, 110% of attack, grants recovery to whichever teammate has the least HP for 1 turn. A little bit of recovery there, which is nice. So Fabrice is really cool. So there's 4 Espers, 100% free to play, pretty easy to get. Let's talk about 2 more that I don't have, but they are very, very good. So let me go ahead. I'm going to jump actually back into here into the Atlas. And then I'm going to show you something really quick here. But let's see. Where are they? There's a rare. I don't have her. She's very difficult to get because you can only, as far as I know, you can only get her in the Ripple Dimension. And oh my gosh, trying to get into that Ripple Dimension, I'm not going to sit there and stare at my phone 24/7, right, to try and get in. Even if I did, I've seen that Ripple Dimension come available, and I try and get in there, and boom, already maxed out at 20. It's probably the most frustrating thing in there, trying to get this character. But she is great. So, I don't know how to say your name. Yi Suhua? I don't know. That's or Xiao. I can say Xiao. So let's take a look at what she can do. Check this out. Grants attack up and defense up to all allied Espers for 2 turns. I don't know what the additional skill ups do because I don't have her unlocked, but check that out. That is pretty cool. All right, this one here. Astral Guardian heals a teammate for 30% of their max HP, granting them invincibility. So there's another invincibility and recovery. That's similar to Fabrice. If the teammate has less than 50% HP, grant an extra recovery buff for 1 turn. And then Stardust deals damage equal to 130% of her attack. A lot of the damage I'm noticing is keyed off the attack, which makes sense. And then she also has a chance of inflicting attack down. She does really well. I feel Fabrice is a good substitution for her because you do get the attack up, you do get the recovery and the invincibility. You also get the immunity, which something Xiao Simming does not have. But she is a shimmer. Shimmers are very rare. All right, so that's one. The other one is going to be, where is she? I think, yeah, Dahlia. She's a support. Yeah, Dahlia. She is great as well. She's a lot of fun. I think you can only get her in the Ripple Dimension also. I've done so many summons, I haven't unlocked either one of them. But she has a Ripple Dimension too. She maxes out at 30, but still, every time I see her, I try and jump into the Ripple Dimension. It's maxed out, but check out what she can do. So grants 25. This is at max level. So something I didn't key on last time. Grants 25% AP to all allied Espers. That's amazing. And attack up and crit rate up for 2 turns. She is awesome right there. Check that out. All right, this one here attacks an enemy 3 times. Each hit dealing damage equal to 50% of attack with a 70% chance for speed down for 2 turns. If the enemy is already afflicted, speed down inflicts freeze. That's crazy. Crazy for an additional turn. So that's awesome. Speed down, freeze. And then this one here just deals some damage equal to her attack and then has a chance of inflicting stun. So those 2 I don't have. They are fantastic. There's a lot of other good supports in the game. Those are the, what, how many was that? 3, 4, that's 6. 6 really good ones. 3 free to play, easy. Yes, Xiao, or however you pronounce your name, she's free to play as well through the Ripple Dimension. However, she's just super difficult to get. You really got to be on the ball in order to go ahead and jump in there. So the other 3, much easier to get. Gabrielle, Mr. Grandpa from DBZ. I'm gonna refer to him. I'm gonna refer to him as that from now on. And then Shang Poo. A lot of great characters, a lot of fun mechanics in this game. Those are my 3 favorite support, and a few others that I thought were really fun to talk about. All right, everybody, that is what I had for you. Very curious in your thoughts. What do you think of this list? Who are your favorite support? Definitely let us know in the comment section below. Let us know kind of any tips and tricks that you found with some support characters that you like, or even with these ones. And that's what I had for you. So as always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.